Good morning. Thanks for joining me. My name is Teresa Crawley and I'm at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I'm going to be showing you a fresh trade. This is a 2022 Renegade Valencia. It's the 38RB floor plan, meaning a rear bath. It has a bath and a half in this floor plan. Built on the S2 RV 106 chassis. We've got a 360 Cummins, a 3000 Allison Transmission, 12,000 pounds towing, 8,000 kilowatt generator, 3,000 watt inverter, and some extras. We have optioned in 3 lithium batteries, and we have 3 170 watt solar panels. The Renegades are well known for their quality of build. The structure of these tends to stand the test of time as far as cabinetry and just things holding up and looking good after many years of use. As I said, this is a 2022 used coach, and it has about 22,000 miles on it. And you'll see that it's in really great condition. Some of the great features about this, we can sleep a lot of people in here. So we've got sleeping for at least 2 adults up here. We've got a TV back there and their whole sound system set up. Of course, we have a curtain that goes across this area for privacy, a great spot for kids to go or for 2 full-size adults, as I said earlier. We do have a sleeper sofa here, and this is going to come out all the way just like it would at a house. So it's about a queen-size bed. And then in our booth dinette setup, we can sleep another full-size person. And then we have a king bed in the back. So that totals about 7 people, give or take. So quite a bit of sleeping in this really nice Super C coach. Again, we have 12,000 pounds towing capacity. So for those of you who like to go pull your toys around, or you have sports that you do like horses that you need to pull around, or race cars, things like that, this is really a great coach for you. So let's get into a little bit more of the details here. Of course, we walked in the front entry, and of course we have our couch here. We've got some storage up overhead with your manuals up there, and we'll just go through that real quick. This is solid wood. This is not wrapped wood. And they do such a nice job with the hinges in these that, like I said, over the years, they stand the test of time. They still close correctly, they open correctly, they don't squeak a lot. For those of you who have had other motorhome brands, you know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking exactly to that squeaky, things are falling off after a year even of use. And Renegade is known for not building that way. So another thing we have here is we have your day-night shades. So there's your day shade, and these are on MCD rollers. And then we have your night shade, and those are all the way around the coach, excluding the front cab area. That's a different setup. And then we have windows that open here, and these just open out so you can get fresh air, nice cross breeze, but they can also be used when it's rainy or snowy outside. Like that system. All right, moving on, we of course have your booth dinette, and this can be pushed down to become a sleeper area. We also have storage under either side of this booth here, and a storage ottoman that can be tucked away here, or it can be put out at the couch area to set your feet up. It does hold some extra storage in there as well, so kind of handy to be able to have that extra storage. And then just tuck it away when you don't need to use it. Now in the kitchen area, we'll start back over here. We've got some more storage up here. A really nice opening window. That's a great thing to have in a kitchen area. And then of course we have your sink here. All the counters in this coach are going to be Corian, so solid surface. Really, really heavy duty, stand the test of time, but not too heavy as a quartz or marble would be. Then over here, more storage. You can see you've got a subwoofer down there as well. More storage up here. And then of course we have your convection microwave oven right here. So you can bake in here, or just heat up, whatever works best for you. Now here, this is something we don't see as often anymore in motorhomes, and that is a propane cooktop. So we've got a 3-burner propane cooktop. I know a lot of my customers really want that and ask for that, so it's nice that this one actually has it, not the induction. We also have a little towel bar attached there. And then of course more storage. You can see these are really well built and soft close drawers. So again, all solid wood. Nothing flimsy going on here. And a nice timeless color as well. All right. This is going to be breakers and fuse box down here. So it looks like storage, but it's better just to see it so you know. It's also a really easily accessible place for if you have something pop or you need to go change a fuse. Really deep storage here. And then of course we have your refrigerator, freezer. There's an ice maker in here. And then your refrigerator down here as well. Now you'll see we have an integrated lock, and these work great. Some locks that I see on RVs, they break really easily or they just aren't very effective. This works so great, and it's such a simple design. Why not, right? Okay, moving on. We actually have a really cool pantry over here. So love that. These are adjustable, so you can change the heights of them. And then another drawer. Lots of great storage in this kitchen. So that's it for the kitchen area. Moving on, in this hallway we have a washer and dryer stackable. This is not an all-in-one piece. This is going to be much more efficient and easier to use for you. Can hold a lot more than those all-in-ones can. And I like that Renegade separates these with this nice shelf, and they're bolted down. That really helps them not to be loud and shaking around when they're in use. It really helps damper all that. Here we have our half bath. This is great for guests or just if you want to both be getting ready at the same time. We've got a little sink. And now both of our toilets in here are macerating porcelain toilets. So that's what this is here. And then we have a fantastic or max air fan in here that sucks the air out really quickly if it's hot, steamy, etc. Really nice to have that. And then of course we have a medicine cabinet back here. A little deeper than it looked on the surface. It goes back quite a ways. And I have to say, this is a really well lit bathroom. I love that. And there's enough room for me to actually move around in here. So I appreciate that. Then we have pocket doors. And that gives you a little bit of privacy. Now we have another one of those same doors here and one going into the back bathroom, but I think we get the picture with just the one. All right, in the master bedroom, this is a king size bed. We do have little shelves, and the last customer left some little storage things here for you if you want to keep a water bottle or whatever. And then of course we have some more storage up here. Get you to that. And this goes all the way through. It's continuous, no dividers in here at all, so you could put longer items in here. Really nice reading lights underneath here that can be turned off individually. And then there's actually a panel here where you can turn your generator on or off. And you can turn the bathroom ceiling lights on and off, your water pump, and your bedroom ceiling lights on and off there. So you don't have to get out of bed when you're ready to go to sleep. Now under this bed, we have two 75-gallon water tanks. That's your fresh water. Why I'm pointing that out is one, you don't have storage under the bed, but two, your water tanks are in here where you are, meaning they should be staying warm just as you are. So it's just an extra safety feature for you to not freeze if it's too cold out. So I really like that they're here. It's also a lot of water on this coach, 150 gallons total. So we have an air conditioning unit in here. It's going to keep you nice and cool. And then we have two hanging shirt closets, one here, one on the other side, but this one happens to have 4 drawers as well. So we've got lots of storage in here. I'll just pull those out. Again, they're those soft close solid wood drawers. And light comes on when you open these doors. I love that. We of course have another flat screen TV right here, emergency exit window that you could get out of, and we have a control panel right here, which I will show you the details of it when we get up front, but you can handle the thermostat, the slide outs, the lights, and check your energy management all on the screen. We'll look at it when we go up front because that's where I'm going to put all the slides in, but just know it's redundant. It's the same as the one up front. So here we have a little storage, and here we have our audio-visual cabinet. There is a Weingart satellite dish on top of here, but you would have to provide your own dish or DirecTV. A lot of people nowadays are going to Starlink. Just so you know, though, that is already included on here. And then we have a Blu-ray player, and you can put other things down here if you choose, like a Roku or video gaming system, etc. And this glass here can read your remote control through there. So it just gives a clean look. You don't have to have all your stuff with your wires hanging out. Another good sized drawer. And then two little guys down here. I love how stout these drawers are. I know I keep saying that, but I really, really like that. So again, there is another hanging shirt closet here. And then down below, we also have that, but there's a little bit of a trick here. They made this shelf removable, so you could use this as a hamper space down here and just throw things down in there if you wanted to do that. Or it would be great storage for suitcases that are larger. All right, into the rear bathroom, we have, of course, another macerating toilet, another max fan. And then we have some storage up here. Really nice deep medicine cabinet here. This goes quite far back. Some storage shelves down here. And then we actually have a little bit of storage here, and this is where they hide your toilet paper holder. And yet another medicine cabinet. And then we'll take a peek at the shower. This has a little integrated lock on it as well, which I think is kind of a clever method. I'll get in this shower just so you can get a good idea of what it's like for a human to be in it. We have the shower nozzle down right now because everything is winterized and winterizing fluid would leak out, but you have really a good size skylight in here, so our taller folks can actually fit. It also gives a lot of light to the area, and little places to put our shampoos and soaps and things. A little place to put your leg if you need to shave or anything like that. So really well laid out. I really like this floor plan, the 38RB. Partly because you've got those two bathrooms. Your guests don't have to use your back bathroom or your mid bathroom and see all of your shampoo bottles hanging around. We'll look a little bit more closely at that screen I was talking about. And it happens to be also in the kitchen area. So that one was in the back bathroom. So we can check, how are our tanks looking? Are they full? Do I need to fill up with water? Do I need to dump, etc.? I also have tank heaters that I can turn on, and that's going to help again from the freezing aspect. Those are basically heat pads that turn on the tanks that are down in the basement. So our black and gray tanks are down in the basement area. I can turn my water heater on, water pump. I can start and stop my generator. This happens to have 280 hours on it right now. My house batteries are at 13, chassis at 12.8, etc. I can also set up an automatic gen start. For example, if the temperature drops too low, I can make that start so I can get heat, or vice versa. If it's getting too hot in here, the generator can start so that I can start AC, things like that. Also, satellite can pop up with that little button right there. Light master on and off, that's just a quick, I'm coming in the coach, I want everything on or I want everything off. Or you can go into this screen and do things individually. So I want my porch light on, so I'll just touch that, etc. Now here we're looking at your generator system and all things electrical. Am I plugged in? No, I am not. Again, my batteries, my transfer switch. How am I using my energy, and do I need to do something different? That's what you're going to be reading here. And if this is overwhelming, just know we're going to teach you how to use this and be here to support you after the sale. This here is your thermostat. We have 2 air conditioning units on here. They each have heat pumps included as well, and they're 15,000 BTUs a piece. The furnace is 30,000 BTU. And so we have a few ways to heat, meaning heat pump and furnace. And then we have our air conditioning and our 2 fans as well. So that's what this control panel is. This is just for those fans that are in the bathrooms. And then we have our slide out switch right here. So I'm going to put these slides in so we can get a good look of what this coach looks like when it's closed up. So when this back slide is in, it touches the dressing area or dresser area. So to get to the back bathroom, you would have to climb over the bed, but that's okay because we have another bed here. And then the front slide out, you'll see we actually have quite a bit of space to walk through. And I'll show you that as soon as I get this completely in. It's always a good idea to just check around. For example, I have a curtain up front. I wanted to make sure that was tucked away. Just keeping an eye that these are coming in evenly. Nothing is jammed up or going wrong. It's always good to take a minute when you're putting things away in a coach and make sure you're doing it right. All right, that is fully in. So let me just show you, I can go back and do laundry if I needed to. I can very easily get into this bathroom. All of this room in here is partly contributing to one slide out in this area, not 2. When you have 2, they usually get a lot tighter. For those of you that are curious why it is, but look at this, I can totally get into my fridge freezer area. I could even cook a meal, whatever it is that I wanted to do here. I can do it because I've got plenty of room. Now let's go back, or excuse me, into the cab area up front. Now this bunk can be moved forward, so you've got a nice open area. But for now, we're just going to go on in here. Pretty simple front end here. We do have powered windows. And I'll turn this on so you can get a good look here. We already have an integrated brake controller here. That was aftermarket, just so you know. So we've got cruise control on here, our light control. Again, this is a very basic but very well functioning cab. It's been used for years. Powered windows here. We also have power locks, but an engine brake already integrated. So that's going to really help you when you're going down hills to not burn out your brakes or overheat them. You have your hydraulic leveling system right here. Very, very simple to use. Just turn it on, auto level, or in reverse, I'll retract, and then power just goes off. This will let you know if you have your jacks down and you're trying to do something, like if I start the engine and my jacks are down, it will scream at me until I get them put away, just as an extra backup safety method. Here we have your Garmin system, and this is going to be your GPS as well as your stereo system. All of the things that you're going to want to connect with your phone can go into here. You even have a browser and everything. It basically works like an iPad or something like that. But and I love that you can take it off so that you can go ahead and just type it in rather than trying to stretch over here and see with the sun shining on it and things. But yeah, you've got your Garmin GPS already integrated in there. Another great thing is your passenger can help you navigate as well and do that for you. And then it just magnetically hooks back up there and it charges while it's in that place. We have mirror heat, and we have the ability to lower our rear airbags. That's handy if you're trying to back a boat into a dock or something like that. You need to get it a little bit lower. That's what that is for. These are air ride seats up here. As in any Super C, you can see how that bounces when I lift my weight off. That's going to really make this a much more comfortable ride for your back and just in general. It really is a nice comfy seat, but that air ride really helps take a lot of the bumps out of the road. So there's that. And let's go check out the outside with all of the storage compartments. I think I got all of our facts there, and I can leave that. All right. We have an automatic step that comes out here. It can be turned off if you choose to not have it go in and out every time you open this door, but it will automatically retract anytime that you get going for driving. Right at the entry, we have your house battery disconnect. There's that entry step override, and this e-start is essentially a jumper for the batteries. It can take batteries from the chassis battery and put them into the house, or vice versa. Whatever it is you need, it can do that so that you can get going and then get yourself charged back up. Now right here next to the door, we also have a really easy switch for all on, all off lights. We can extend and retract our awning. We have awning light, porch light, ceiling lights, and cargo lights there as well. So really nice to have it right by the door. Really sturdy grab handle here as well, and one on the outside of the coach. All right, sharp looking paint job. This is full body paint. Nice gray with kind of a cherry or brick red. Another thing that Renegade is known for, not just their cabinets, but their basement doors. They are very sturdy and they're double latch, very heavy duty, and they're also really well insulated. You'll see we've got this carpeting down here that's included from Renegade as well. Helps with insulation, helps with noise, helps your things not to move around while you're going down the road. Here we have an exterior TV and sound bar. That totals 4 on this coach, 4 TVs. Now down here we have another really good sized bay. And I just wanted to point out down here, we have lights in each bay. We also have a plug-in down there with a little port. So if you wanted to plug something and have that cord going through, you could do that. For example, a smoker, something like that. Another really good sized storage bay here. We have dual wheels in the back, and just so you know, we're going to be replacing all the tires on this coach. They were just a little outdated for us, and we like to do that as a safety measure. Automatically, if something's at 5 years or older, we automatically will change those tires out, or if we feel like there's any damage in there, we're going to do that as well. Also on a used unit, we're going to go through and service everything freshly for you and check everything to make sure it's working properly. Over here, I know you can't see it very well, but it looks like an awning. That's actually not an awning, that's a slide topper. So when this slide comes out, it's gonna help protect things from going inside of there. And when it comes in, it's gonna help kick things off of the slide out so that they don't go in the coach. For example, snow, leaves, things like that. Okay, another great storage bay. This one happens to have a quick connect, which is a propane line that you could hook up a barbecue grill. Very easy way to do that. And then one more bay here. Do you notice how every one of these bays is closing really easily and opening really easily for me? I love that. And that's something all of us recognize that Renegade just does exceptionally well. All right, back end of the coach, we of course have your backup camera. That's going to auto-populate on that Garmin screen that we looked at earlier. And then here we have a 2-inch receiver for your 12,000-pound capacity towing hitch. We have your airline already set up here and a 7-way pin connector for your lights, etc. And then moving around to the side here, we have an external shower if you needed to wash off your feet or your dog. Now down here we have your surge protector and transfer switch already built in. And one of my very favorite things, which is This is, of course, your 50 amp plug-in cord, but my favorite part of it is that it's on an automatic rewind reel. So you don't have to mess with it when it's cold and dirty and it's wrestling with you. It's so hard. That just takes all of that annoyance away. I love it. Now here is your Onan Quiet Diesel Cummins generator. We have 283 hours on this generator as of right now. And again, this will be completely serviced before the next owner takes it home. Diesel fuel goes in here. And then down here we have your water bay. It's pretty simple. We have a whole house water filter right here, your low point drain. Now your water hose is also on an automatic retract. It's kind of tucked away behind here, but the retract button is right here. And then you have your black dump, gray dump, excuse me, and then you can wash that black tank out right here. You also can hook up to a cable at an RV park if you have that available for you. And your tank fill is right there as well. Now, the actual black and gray tanks are hidden behind these, so there's really not much to see, but that's how you're going to dump them, through those holes down there. And you can see these are nicely insulated, as well as we have tank heating pads on both the gray and the black. So just a quick peek, pretty much looks the same, but that's what that is. So you don't think I'm skipping over any good storage or anything. Here's that propane tank we talked about earlier. That's going to work for the water heater, the furnace, as well as your cooktop. And then down here we have, these are going to be your engine starting batteries. These are those lithium batteries for the house. What a nice upgrade. All right, over here on the side of the coach, you'll see that we have side view cameras. Those also populate on that front Garmin screen that we talked about earlier, and that's where they're placed. So you're going to get a good look at any children, animals that are close by, or cars that are trying to pass you. That's going to really help you out. And then we'll take a peek under the hood. I love that bright red Cummins engine, but for those of you who like to work on your own stuff, this is set up for you. You don't have to pull off a radiator to get in there. You can totally service all your belts. All your fluids are easily accessible. Really like that you can do that yourself, save a bunch of money, and feel good about yourself in the process. So that's it for this Renegade Valencia. This is a 2238RB. Please call and ask for me by name. I'm Teresa Crawley, and I'm happy to help you with this or any of our other items. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.